Every year, millions of older adults lose strength in their legs and mobility in their joints, not because of an accident, but because of a silent enemy called oxidative stress. This hidden process quietly damages muscle fibers and cartilage day after day, speeding up aging and leaving many people with weaker legs and painful joints. Ignoring it is dangerous, because once too much tissue is lost, it becomes harder to move with independence. But here is the good news. Nature gives us powerful tools to fight back. Among all the vegetables studied, watercress stands at the very top as one of the strongest anti-aging foods ever measured. Its antioxidants act like a shield, protecting muscles and joints from the steady wear of free radicals. And when blended with the sweetness of a ripe pear, it turns into a refreshing drink that does more than taste good. It helps support mobility and joint resilience. In today's episode, we will uncover how this simple recipe works, why watercress is considered the #1 anti-aging green, and how you can bring it into your own routine to protect your strength as the years go by. So stay with us, and if healthy aging matters to you, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and share it with a friend who wants to keep moving strong after 60. When scientists tested the antioxidant power of common vegetables, they were surprised by which one rose to the very top. It wasn't kale, or spinach, or even broccoli. It was a watercress, a leafy green that has quietly been around for centuries, but is only now getting the recognition it deserves. In fact, watercress scored one of the highest numbers ever recorded on the ORAC scale, which measures how well a food can absorb and neutralize free radicals. That means this simple plant is a natural weapon against oxidative stress, the same process that makes joints stiff, muscles weak, and skin loses its glow. For seniors, oxidative stress isn't just about wrinkles or gray hair, it's about mobility. Every step we take relies on collagen, the flexible protein that keeps our joints cushioned and our muscles strong. Without enough collagen, cartilage thins, tendons lose elasticity, and bones rub more harshly against each other. What makes watercress so remarkable is that it's rich in both vitamin A and vitamin C, two nutrients that are directly tied to collagen production. Vitamin C gives the body the raw material it needs to build collagen, while vitamin A helps regulate the process so tissues can repair smoothly. Together, they form the foundation for keeping legs stable and joints moving freely, even after 60. Imagine a wooden bridge that has carried weight for decades. Over time, without maintenance, the beams dry out, crack, and become brittle. Now, picture coating that bridge with a protective seal that keeps moisture in and damages out. That's what antioxidants in watercress do for our tissues. They protect collagen from breaking down too quickly, allowing muscles and joints to keep functioning like younger structures rather than fragile ones. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that diets rich in watercress and other cruciferous vegetables improved markers of antioxidant status in the blood and reduced DNA damage in cells. For older adults, that kind of protection translates into less inflammation and slower decline in tissue resilience. In other words, your knees, hips, and leg muscles hold up better to the daily stresses of walking, standing, and lifting. What makes watercress even more appealing is its accessibility. It isn't a rare herb or an expensive powder. In many American supermarkets, it's sold in bunches alongside lettuce and spinach. It has a slightly peppery taste similar to arugula, but milder, and blends easily into salads, soups, sandwiches, or, as we'll see today, a refreshing juice. Seniors who may not enjoy raw greens often find that once watercress is combined with a sweet fruit, like pear, the sharpness softens into a smooth, pleasant drink. Let's talk about legs for a moment, because that's where many seniors notice the greatest decline. Weak legs are not just inconvenient, they're dangerous. They increase the risk of falls, limit independence, and can make simple pleasures like gardening or strolling through the park feel exhausting. Watercress contributes to leg strength in two ways. First, by providing antioxidants that reduce inflammation in muscle tissue, It allows fibers to contract and relax more effectively. Second, by supporting collagen in joints, it helps maintain the shock-absorbing cushions that keep knees and ankles flexible. That combination means each step feels steadier, less painful, and more reliable. There's also the hidden benefit of vitamin K, found abundantly in watercress. Vitamin K works hand in hand with calcium to support bone health. For older adults, this is crucial because muscle strength alone is not enough. We also need bones strong enough to handle the force of movement. With bones, muscles, and joints all supported, watercress becomes more than just a salad green. It becomes a foundational food for aging well. Now, no single vegetable can stop aging altogether, but adding the right foods to our diet shifts the balance in our favor. Instead of free radicals constantly wearing down our tissues, antioxidants from watercress put up a fight, slowing the decline and sometimes even reversing small amounts of damage. Over weeks and months, those small changes add up. The knees that once groaned on the stairs may feel more stable. The legs that tired after 10 minutes of walking may carry you through the neighborhood again. That is why nutritionists call watercress a functional food. It doesn't just fill the stomach, it actively protects the body against aging processes. For seniors who want to maintain independence, that protection is priceless. One of the biggest fears many older adults share is losing the strength to walk steadily or climb a flight of stairs without pain. The reason this fear is so real is that aging doesn't just make us feel tired. It quietly erodes the very structures that support movement: our muscles, joints, and connective tissues. When collagen weakens and inflammation builds up, the knees creak, the hips stiffen, and the legs lose the power they once had. This is where watercress shows its second great strength. Packed with vitamin C and a group of plant compounds called carotenoids, it helps the body produce and preserve collagen, the protein that acts like scaffolding for our joints. Collagen keeps cartilage springy, ligaments firm, and muscles well connected. Without enough of it, every step feels like rubbing sandpaper between two bones. With enough of it, the body retains the smoothness and ease of motion that makes walking a joy instead of a struggle. Think of collagen as the cushion in a pair of shoes. A brand new shoe absorbs shock and keeps you comfortable. But when the cushion wears out, every step hits harder, and pain travels upward. That's exactly what happens inside aging knees and hips. By supplying vitamin C and other antioxidants, watercress supports the repair of that cushion, slowing down its loss and sometimes improving its resilience. Pears add another layer of support here. They are naturally rich in soluble fiber, which doesn't just aid digestion, but also helps reduce systemic inflammation by balancing blood sugar and feeding healthy gut bacteria. A calmer gut means fewer inflammatory signals circulating in the bloodstream, and that calm translates directly into less irritation in muscles and joints. It's a chain reaction: better gut health to lower inflammation to stronger, more comfortable legs. Research in Nutrients Journal has shown that diets high in vitamin C, carotenoids, and dietary fiber are linked with greater muscle strength and joint flexibility in older adults. The reason is simple: these nutrients reduce oxidative stress, protect existing collagen, and give the body the raw materials it needs to keep producing new tissue. For seniors, that translates into fewer aches, steadier steps, and greater confidence in daily movement. Watercress brings magnesium and calcium, while pears add potassium. Together, these minerals form the foundation for muscle contraction and joint function. Magnesium allows muscles to relax after each contraction, preventing cramps. Potassium keeps electrical signals in balance so the muscles respond smoothly. And calcium fortifies bones, ensuring they can bear the weight of daily activity. It's a complete package hidden inside a simple glass of juice. Picture an older man walking his dog in the park. Without support, his knees ache after 10 minutes, and he hesitates to go far. But when his diet includes protective foods like watercress and pears, the inflammation is dialed down. His joints glide more easily, and the walk becomes longer and more enjoyable. The science is complex, but the outcome is simple. Healthier tissues equal more freedom. The benefits extend beyond walking. Protecting muscles and joints also means reducing the risk of falls. A fall for a 30-year-old may mean a bruise, but for someone over 65, it could mean a fracture, hospitalization, or loss of independence. By strengthening tissues and keeping muscles responsive, this watercress pear blend doesn't just bring comfort, it brings security. There is also an emotional side to this. Seniors who can move without pain are more likely to stay active socially, whether it's dancing at a community event, gardening with friends, or traveling to see family. Protecting muscles and joints is not only about anatomy, it's about protecting quality of life. Of course, no single food is a cure, but when included regularly, this blend becomes part of a protective pattern. It adds up day by day, reinforcing the body's natural defenses. Over weeks, the stiffness feels less stubborn. Over months, strength holds up better during chores and outings. And over years, this consistent nourishment can make the difference between staying mobile or relying on assistance. When people think about protecting their joints and muscles, fruit is not always the first food that comes to mind. Yet pears, one of the most familiar and comforting fruits in America, carry hidden strengths that directly support mobility and ease of movement. Their gentle sweetness is more than a treat for the taste buds. It is a quiet ally in calming inflammation and helping the digestive system stay balanced, both of which are crucial for anyone hoping to keep their legs steady and their joints flexible after 60. Let's begin with the gut, because digestion is where so much inflammation starts. As we age, the digestive tract can slow down, making constipation, bloating, or discomfort more common. This is not only unpleasant, it creates stress signals that ripple through the entire body. Pears are naturally rich in soluble fiber, especially a type called pectin. Pectin works like a sponge, absorbing water in the intestines and softening stools. That makes bowel movements more regular and comfortable, reducing one of the hidden burdens many older adults quietly endure. But the story does not end in the gut. When fiber ferments in the colon, it produces short-chain fatty acids, small compounds that nourish healthy bacteria. These bacteria, in turn, play a powerful role in controlling systemic inflammation. Scientists now know that a calm, balanced microbiome helps reduce the levels of inflammatory chemicals in the blood. And lower inflammation in the blood means less irritation in the muscles and joints. So in a very real sense, every bite of pear contributes to quieter knees, hips, and ankles by soothing the gut first. There is also the matter of antioxidants. Pears are filled with natural compounds called flavonoids, which act as gentle shields against oxidative stress. One flavonoid found abundantly in pears is quercetin. Research in the Journal of Nutrition has shown that diets rich in quercetin are linked to lower markers of inflammation and better vascular health. For older adults, that translates into blood vessels that stay more flexible, joints that experience less swelling, and muscles that receive steadier oxygen supply. It is a chain of protection that begins with something as simple as enjoying a pear. Consider the daily reality of leg weakness. Inflammation in the joints makes climbing stairs harder, while oxidative stress in the muscles makes walking more tiring. Pears help on both fronts. By calming the inflammatory signals, they reduce the stiffness that locks joints. By feeding antioxidants into the bloodstream, they slow down the wear and tear that weakens muscles. The result is not instant, but with steady intake, many seniors notice that discomfort fades and endurance improves. There is another overlooked gift of pears' hydration. With their high water content, pears contribute to fluid balance in the body. Hydration is often underestimated in joint and muscle care. Without enough fluid, cartilage loses its ability to cushion, and muscles cramp more easily. Seniors, who may drink less water due to reduced thirst sensation, benefit from getting hydration through foods like pears. Each juicy bite supports not just digestion, but also the lubrication of tissues. And of course, Pears carry important vitamins. Vitamin C, though less concentrated than in citrus fruits, still supports collagen production. Vitamin K contributes to bone and vessel health. Copper, another trace mineral in pears, aids in forming red blood cells that deliver oxygen throughout the body. Each of these nutrients plays a role in maintaining the resilience needed for daily movement. Talking about science is important, but what truly matters is how we bring these foods into daily life in a way that feels natural and enjoyable. A recipe that sits on paper does no good. It needs to become part of the routine. That is why the watercress and pear juice we've been discussing deserves a closer look, not only for its health benefits, but also for its simplicity and practicality. You don't need expensive equipment or exotic ingredients to enjoy this drink. A blender, a handful of fresh watercress, one ripe pear, and a glass of clean water or unsweetened almond milk are enough. Wash the watercress carefully, slice the pear with the skin on for extra fiber, and blend until smooth. In less than 5 minutes, you have a glass of liquid nourishment that targets oxidative stress, inflammation, and joint support all at once. Consistency is key. Drinking this juice a few times each week is enough to make a difference, especially when combined with other healthy meals. Many seniors find mornings the best time because the antioxidants and hydration give a gentle lift in energy for the day ahead. Others prefer it as an afternoon refreshment, especially if they often feel sluggish midday. There is no rigid rule. The important part is making it a habit. A single glass, around 200 to 250 milliliters, is plenty. More does not mean better. Overloading the body with too much raw, cruciferous vegetables at once can sometimes cause stomach discomfort. Balance is the goal. Think of this juice as one piece of the puzzle in a diet that also includes leafy greens, fruits, whole grains, beans, nuts, and plenty of water. While this drink is gentle for most people, there are a few cautions worth mentioning. Watercress is high in vitamin K, which can interfere with blood-thinning medications like warfarin. Seniors taking such medicines should consult their healthcare provider before adding large amounts of watercress. Pears are generally safe, but for those with sensitive digestion, start with smaller portions to see how the body responds. And of course, anyone with kidney or heart conditions should keep an eye on potassium intake from pears and balance it with medical advice. One of the best things about this recipe is its flexibility. If the peppery taste of watercress feels too strong, adding a slice of ginger or a squeeze of lemon can soften the flavor and provide even more anti-inflammatory benefits. For those who like a creamier texture, blending with almond milk instead of water adds calcium and vitamin D, enhancing bone support. This adaptability keeps the recipe enjoyable, preventing boredom and encouraging consistency. A drink is most powerful when it becomes part of a rhythm. Seniors who prepare this juice alongside breakfast may find it easier to stay consistent, while others may link it to an afternoon rest as a refreshing ritual. The goal is not perfection, but steady practice. Over time, these small choices build into stronger legs, calmer joints, and greater independence. There's also something quietly uplifting about preparing food with intention. Washing the greens, slicing the pear, blending the ingredients, it's a small act of self-care. For many older adults, these daily rituals provide a sense of control and accomplishment. They remind us that health is not out of reach. It is built, sip by sip, in choices we can make ourselves. So practical application means more than just blending ingredients. It means turning knowledge into action, science into habit, and habit into strength. Watercress and pear juice is not a magic cure, but when it becomes part of a healthy lifestyle, it is a tool that keeps legs moving, joints steady, and confidence alive. As we come to the end of today's episode, it is time to step back and see the full picture. We began with a warning about oxidative stress, the silent process that quietly damages muscles and joints and steals away mobility as the years pass. From there, we discovered that watercress stands out as one of the most powerful anti-aging greens. filled with antioxidants that protect the tissues we depend on for movement. We then saw how combining watercress with pear supports collagen and muscle strength, giving our joints the resilience to stay flexible and our legs the power to carry us through daily life. Pears themselves add another layer of protection, calming inflammation through their fiber, flavonoids, and hydration, all of which work to keep digestion smooth and joints more comfortable. Together, this blend not only supports the body's internal repair systems, but also restores daily energy and independence, helping older adults move with confidence, recover faster, and enjoy activities that once felt too tiring. And perhaps just as important, this recipe is practical. It can be made in minutes, adapted to different tastes, and woven naturally into a routine that lasts. When we look at all of this together, the message is clear. Aging does not mean surrendering to weakness. With the right foods, our bodies still respond, still defend themselves, and still allow us to live on our own terms. That said, it is important to remember one note of caution. Anyone taking medications, especially blood thinners or living with chronic conditions like diabetes, heart disease, or kidney issues should check with a healthcare provider before adding new foods in large amounts. Safety always comes first. So now the choice is in your hands. Try making this juice in your own kitchen and see how it feels to give your muscles and joints the nourishment they deserve. If you enjoyed today's episode, show your support by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and sharing it with a friend or family member who wants to stay strong and independent after 60. Each simple action builds a stronger community, and every healthy habit is an investment in the years ahead.